up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Don't let that team stand away. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, we are here. We are on a Reaction Monday. Ha ha! College football, CBS Sports. We have a real game to break down. I'm Timmy Hall, Coley B on the update desk. Nice job, my man. And to my right, Harry Truman. Good to see you, buddy.
Well, thank you.
You're alive.
Yep, 85 years old. Decided to, when the volcano started to erupt, I thought to myself, you know what? This is not how I really want to go out.
I'd be blown away if there was another Tyvis Powell that winds up perishing in a volcanic eruption. I mean, everybody loves the floor is lava game, right? It'd be a heck of a time to play it. When it's life or death, right? When it's real. No, really, I enjoyed the movie. Dante's Peak was a flick that I hadn't watched. I hadn't picked up in a long, long, long time. And it just caught me there. It told me, oh, you would like this documentary about Mount St. Helens. As I'm reading up, it's just going on and on and on about Harry Truman, the first guy to perish.
If there was
when he wouldn't leave.
First of all, if there was another Tyvis Powell out there, I would challenge him to a duel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Could only be one.
A duel.
Yeah. Like, pull.
I think it's legal anywhere. I mean,
we're going to Texas.
I mean, shoot, it was legal. Everything is legal in New Jersey, right? We got the Hamilton play. We know about that.
I feel like
Except pumping your own gas, that's not legal in New Jersey.
Exactly. You could shoot your fellow man over a dispute, but they won't let you pump your own gas.
There can only be one Tyvis Powell. So
there's got to be a Tyvis Powell out there. There's a really unique name. Just the fact that we can think about that.
There's Tyvises out there, but just always remember, if you ever run into another Tyvis, always remember that Tyvis Powell is the oldest and the first Tyvis.
How many Tyvis Powells, though, do you think were born around 2015? No,
ain't nobody.
Kids being named Tyvis Powell because of the national champion Buckeyes.
That was more of a Ezekiel Elliott or Cardale Jones.
I bet you there's some Tyvises there.
I doubt it.
That are going to be, about 20 years your youth.
I doubt it.
I think so.
Could only be one.
There's a few Tim Halls out there. I think.
It's a very common name. I was with your cousin this past Saturday.
Yeah, you were with another Hall, the better Hall.
Will you stop with that?
Your Big Ten Network work, it's great, man. So Tyvis was mingling with the Purdue faithful as we were doing our thing here. Buckeyes taking down Akron 52-6, and Tyvis got his Big Ten Network tailgate season started up. And he also got to hang out with some star Purdue basketball players I saw on the show.
Yeah, I think I can take them down.
Oh, please.
I think I can take them. What?
You got them on sides, right? Well, it was Fletcher Lawyer and Braden Smith.
Yep.
A heck of a guard tandem there.
I think I can go right to the cup. And I done put this weight on, too.
I'll settle
I feel like LeBron.
You felt like LeBron?
I do.
With them?
Yep.
Yeah.
They all like
If only Zach Edey could have been there.
I know.
Did he not? Was he not there last year? Didn't you do one in West Lafayette last season?
He didn't. I don't think we had him.
Couldn't bring. Well, you'd have remembered that.
Yeah, we did.
you'd have known that. The Naismith Player of the Year.
Yeah, we didn't have him.
Yeah, that would have been fun, man. But anyway, we got the game to talk about. This is different. It's actual football. The season's going to go quick now, and we don't have a lot of time for this football team to get up to max speed, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have you're going to have a couple Big Ten games to get under your belt. It's funny, too, because I'm watching some of these other big-time matchups, and I keep saying to myself, man, I wish that was us. Like, I was just looking at some things and getting ready for this Nebraska-Colorado game.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to talk about Deion Sanders, and with good reason.
Yeah.
Love him or hate him, he's Deion Sanders.
I think it should be a good matchup.
I wish that we were playing Colorado at home. I think that would be a super cool matchup, and I know that we could take them pretty easily.
Yeah, I think we run the floor with them.
But it'd be a fun matchup.
Yeah.
To have Deion coming in,
exciting.
other than, no offense to Western Michigan, but it'd be a bigger more what he is, prime time kind of matchup.
Yeah, it'll be exciting because he is Dion and he's got some big time names there. Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders. It'll be nice to see how we would match up to their offense. Defensively, they got some work to do. They remind me of the Buckeyes in 2013. They're going to have to score like 50, 60 points a game to win.
Yeah, and they got some guys that might be able to handle that. You saw what Shedeur did, and Travis Hunter even with 3 touchdown catches, and he plays both ways.
Jimmy Horn Jr.
Late in the 6 o'clock hour, though, we're going to go over some of our big men on campus and go outside of Columbus and everything that else big was happening in college football. The usual college football pulse. We'll expand on that in the 7 o'clock hour as well. But, Tyvis, what were you thinking when you saw Ohio State struggling in that first quarter and in the first half, even 17 points put up against Akron? Obviously, with the hype that we had in this town, it nowhere near matched the output in the first half. But by the time the game was done, the score looked right at 52-6. But I had, typical stuff on social media. I had Ryan Day and Justin Fry fired in my feed by the first series. They were gone. Yeah, we didn't have a coach or an offensive line coach after the first series.
I don't know nothing about the Ryan Day. The Justin Fry one, I did see. It went. The thing is, people became hyped up with the names that they had, and they just thought that everything would just mesh together, and they just, from snap one, they just dominated. Because it's Akron. You'd be like, oh, it's Akron.
Akron.
They should just go out there and just completely wipe the floor with Akron. And Akron had a nice, they front seven is pretty good. Like, they was really doing a good job of plugging some gaps and really stopping that run game early. So, because you could tell that Ohio State was coming out and they was trying to establish themselves in the run. I mean, that's been the whole offseason. Chip Kelly comes. Chip Kelly usually makes the run game better wherever he goes. So let's establish that run game. And Akron just did a really good job of filling those gaps and really wasn't allowing guys to get going. So, I thought to myself, all right, it's some growing pain. You got a bunch of guys in there that you got out of the portal. You're trying to mesh them and get them to fit and work. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is through live game reps. And once the bullets got to flying, it was shaky. It was dicey. Obviously, they made some checks and adjustments in the second half, and then they kind of ran away with the thing. But at the beginning of the game, I was like, yeah, I didn't think that offense was going to come out and just put up numbers right away. But you did notice that when they needed to have something, Jeremiah Smith was there, these receivers, and Will Howard was making plays. So it's like you could tell that they knew. If we wanted to go out there and score 80 points, we could just turn this to a big 7-on-7 and get things done. Like that's what they've been known for the past 3 years, since 2020, since Trey Sermon.
Yeah, it wasn't as much like that last year though. Clearly, didn't have 30 touchdown passes.
So you really want to change the narrative. You want to be more of a balanced attack. So that's why I think they was trying their best to try to run the ball. But like I said, when they needed to have it, they knew they could have threw the ball.
Right.
That's just fair.
Look, though, I will say and you're right. When it's a long off season like that, you forget that they're human as well. And there could be a ramp up time to get everything settled in. It's hard to get 22 guys out there on the same page, following the script, not making any mistakes. Football is a complex game. There are a lot of moving parts, which is why when you have a team that is so incredible, you really do you have the bigger discussions. When an Ohio State team wins a national championship, right? You put it right up into the conversation of, could this be one of the best college football teams of all time,
correct,
right?
Yes.
Because that's what you think it takes when you assemble this kind of talent and then they go out there and win all their games if they're going to go unbeaten or whatever. You know what I mean? You know what that looks like. But I will say, in fairness, the offensive line was one of the bigger question marks. How it was going to look. And look, early on in the game, that was maybe the biggest question mark. I thought Quinshon Judkins didn't really get a sniff of green grass.
He could not get going.
6 or 7 carries in. And I don't think it was very fair to him because there was somebody that had missed a couple of blocks or someone's in his face.
What I thought about over the course of that game, once I seen that offensive line not getting that push and not opening those gaps, I thought to myself, remember the illness that went around and how these guys missed.
Donovan Jackson wasn't there, so that factors in.
They missed significant practice time, and it was like chemistry. Like it was different guys getting reps and stuff. And I said a couple of weeks ago, I said, I wonder if that will play a part in this season. And we deemed it to be a good thing because it was like it built depth. But we never thought about the fact that, well, the starters never really practiced together. Like it was in and out of the lineup. So it's like they never got that chemistry and got those significant reps together.
Look, we're not gonna kill anybody on week one. We just simply, I think you also have to say, we don't yet know if they're going to be dominant. We're not going to know that until later on in the season.
I agree.
You have to pass some bigger tests, and you've got to really protect Will Howard, and you've got to really pave some holes and just miss fewer blocks. I mean, sometimes you'll get beat by great players.
I thought they did a good job of protecting Will Howard. Like, I thought he had time. I thought he made the throws that he needed to make. It was just you wanted to see them open up more spaces in the run game. And I thought Travion was really good. You know, he just kept getting tripped up. You know, that might be more on the wide receivers not getting their blocks down.
It was mostly on run plays when either a guard or a tackle was pulled out and running, right?
Yeah.
That's mainly where the issues were. You had some great blocks by backs, though.
Yeah.
You really did.
Yeah, you did.
And you're right. When the game settled in, I thought the line did a good job. And look, Will Howard passed the test. Thought that was a successful first performance. You had a star wide receiver show up in Jeremiah Smith, who we're not going to be able to stop talking about.
Yeah.
All the talent there. And he's the guy that goes for 6 and 92 and 2 touchdowns and maybe has 45 or 50 more if he doesn't drop the first one.
Yeah.
That's right in his hands. But Bucks get it done, and we have so much to talk about with this football team going into week 2. Tyvis is here. Hey, it's not only Buckeye Leaves, but it's going to be better than we've done in the past. Buckeye Leaves set to the beautiful tones of Paul Keel's voice. Why not? And you guys can feed us your Buckeye Leaves. Who are you giving them to? We're on YouTube. If you're in the chat there, feed some to us. And also, we've got the Buckeye Show voicemail and text line, 614-460-2896. So let us know. Let us hear yours. We're doing that next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
At Bob's Discount Furniture, when you find a complete dining set that seats 6 and comes with an extendable leaf for only $5.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a sofa that doubles as a chaise, and a bed, and storage like my Playscape for only $9.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a queen mattress with world-famous Bobapedic memory foam and an 18-year warranty like my Treasure for only $7.99.
Oh my, Bob.
Well, there's only one thing to say.
Oh my, Bob.
Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The drums bang, the flame sparks, the trumpets blow, the hot dogs sizzle, the crowd cheers, the fans eat. The sounds of Buckeye football are synonymous with the best damn band in the land in the stadium and the Weber Grills outside the stadium. Weber is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. To celebrate another season, Weber is launching a limited edition Ohio State grill, inspired by our Buckeye helmets. Get the best damn grill in the land at Ohio area retailers near you ahead of the football season.
It's Toyota's national sales event with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including Toyota's lineup of go-anywhere, do-anything trucks, like the powerful new Tundra. Now through September 3rd, you can get a new Tundra with low-rate financing, special leases, or customer cash up to $2,000, depending on model. And the 2024 Tacoma is now arriving at your Toyota dealer with dominating power, legendary capability, and captivating style. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
It is time to square off against overpriced family dinners with Donato's all-new bakery crust pizza. A square-cut, thicker bakery-style crust with smoked provolone cheese and Donato's fresh toppings, plus your choice of marinara, ranch, or garlic sauce for dipping. The crust is thicker, but the deal is the kicker. Right now, you can get 2 one-topping bakery crust pizzas for just $19.99. It's a whole lot of pizza for not a lot of dough. Order with the app or at Donatos.com.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hey Columbus, looking for the perfect day trip? Head to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Dive into football history, see legendary players, and enjoy interactive exhibits. Fun for the whole family. Visit ProFootballHOF.com for tickets. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, where it's always football season.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
Parenting is hard. Technology can make it harder. The Family Media Plan developed by the American Academy of Pediatrics helps make it easier. Go to healthychildren.org/media plan to create the media plan that's right for your family. Whether you make a full plan or just choose a few parts that matter the most to your family, healthychildren.org/media plan is an easy-to-use tool that will help your family set media priorities and create healthy digital habits in line with your family's values. You'll also get practical tips to help make the plan work. And you can come back to revise your plan as often as you need to, like at the beginning of each school year or during summer and holiday breaks. Raising kids in the age of screens is easier when you have a plan. Go to healthychildren.org/media plan and make your plan today.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Might be battling a bit of a breeze out there, keeping those grills lit on this Labor Day evening. Otherwise, plenty of sunshine and warm temperatures near 80 degrees. Overnight, down to around 50, clear skies and still a bit breezy. During the day on Tuesday, plenty of sunshine after a cool start, a nice finish with highs around 80. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The home of Big Ten championships and future first rounders. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis, happy, boy, it feels like Tuesday, right? Because of how the weeks usually go for us.
Yes.
During Buckeye football season. Timmy and Tyvis here on a Monday. Happy Labor Day, everybody. And we couldn't think of a better way to celebrate it than by doing a little work. Work's your favorite. Make work your new favorite.
That's correct. It's Monday. You should be happy to get out there and do some work.
Monday's a great day to work when it's football season, right? We talk about it all the time. We don't really get that same kind of feeling about Mondays.
Well, think about it. In about a week or two, Monday Night Football returns.
Well, in about 4 days, we have a Thursday night opener.
Well,
that's going to be great.
It's a Monday night game, too. Boston College is playing Florida State tonight, right?
Yeah, are you hyped for that one? No, I'm not. Give me a break. ACC.
You don't want to see Bill O'Brien and try to, he's still,
oh, man. Watch DJ Uiagalelei out there.
Well, Bill O'Brien
trying
was
to pretend to be a big-time college quarterback. No, thank you.
He was our OC for like 2 weeks.
I don't care. Well, I don't care about that.
I'm just saying. Yeah. I want to see what his offense looks like.
B.O.B., right? Can anybody bring Boston? When was their heyday? Doug Flutie, right?
Yeah. I feel like they might have been decent when I was in college.
They might have been.
I feel like they were
maybe it was actually
like 2014, 2015.
It was probably a little bit earlier than that because they had that dude Tom O'Brien was their head coach. Then he went on to NC State. And he got Russ to go there. He had Matt Ryan at Boston College, and he was the number 2 overall pick.
He was.
And when was the last time BC had somebody picked that high up? They did have Luke Kuechly. He was under recruited.
Yeah, he was.
And then credit to Luke Kuechly for becoming the Mang that he became.
They just had Zay Flowers, right?
Yeah.
Did Zay Flowers go to Boston College?
Yeah, Zay Flowers. He's going to have a big year, right? Big fantasy guy for this year.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it should be.
Didn't Matty Ice tell a story recently about Luke Kuechly annihilating him all game long? I feel like he was with you when he told that story.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, it was you or DeVere.
Wait, Matty Ice went up against Luke Kuechly?
Yeah. Because he's a Cincinnati high school football player.
He said they went helmet to helmet in a 7-on-7.
Great. Helmet to helmet in a 7-on-7.
Did Matty Ice fall first?
Yeah, I think he did.
Dang.
I don't think it was a good show.
I don't think they had the bubble helmets back then.
All right, well, there were a lot of big plays that were made on Saturday for the Buckeyes. So, hey, a little game one or week one edition of some Buckeye Leaves. Hit it, Cole.
It's time to hand out some Buckeye Leaves.
All right, we figured what better way to do this than enjoy some of the wonderful clips we have from our crack radio team. 27 years in the booth together. The legendary Hall of Fame voice Paul Keels and Jim Lachey. So, Tyvis, specific play me here. What do you got for your first one? I'm sure we're both goo-goo and gaga over Jeremiah Smith,
Well,
right?
Yeah, I mean, you cannot. Like, JJ's first touchdown, that fade route was a pretty ball. And, I mean, he went up, attacked it, back shoulder, and it was like nothing the defender could do. So he definitely gets a Buckeye Leaf for that.
It sounded like this.
Will Howard straight behind his center in the shotgun. Quinshon Judkins is off his left hip. Howard lofts that one left side toward the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Jeremiah Smith. He got behind the defensive back. Howard found him with that ball coming in the air to the left side of the end zone, and the Buckeyes score their first touchdown of the year. They have a 6-3 lead over Akron.
You know what, Tyvis? Everything was great on that play. The protection was great. I thought the throw was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a dime.
But I do think for a true freshman to adjust like that and have the footwork and the body control, it might be one of the more impressive first ever college football touchdown catches that you're going to find because of just how professional of a move that looked like.
Yeah, you can tell that he's built for this moment. I know he had the jitters and he dropped the first pass and blah, 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 but he sure answered that bell real quick.
So for my Buckeye Leaf, since you chose that one, which I was oohing and ahhing over, I'll go with the second touchdown catch for J.J. Smith. And I'm giving the Leaf to both Will Howard and Smith on this one because it was a fireball that just was squeezed in between. Beamer and I are sitting here watching it, and we see that Smith is left alone. We were preparing for the fade. We thought that this one was going to the pylon on the outside, and no, he ran the slant in the middle, but here's how it happened.
Now Thurman, a motion from right to left. Will Howard fakes a handoff, lofts that into the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Jeremiah Smith as Howard hit him with a strike. 9-yard scoring play. Second time those two have hooked up for the Buckeyes. And Ohio State's lead is 16-3.
Yeah, you notice at first reference, Paul said lofts it, and then he said hit him with a strike. And that ball did have a little bit of zip on it, and it was a great throw. He had a guy on his back. He squeezed it between two linebackers that had a read on it, and it was just a pretty little play for the Bucs.
Next up for me is, this was Ezekiel Elliott-esque. Travion Henderson, he gets a lot of flack about not being physical. Well, the way he picked up this block in this pass pro, he put all that to bed. You got to keep your head on a swivel. He woke him up with this hit.
Oh, here it was. Travion with the block. I think Jim Lachey has a little ooh or something when this happens. You'll know when the block occurs.
Will Howard out of the gun, back to throw at his own 45. Plants his feet, sails it up the right side. Caught, and it is Tate, who's bouncing off defenders but thrown out of bounds at the Akron 30 on the right side by safety Paul Lewis. Carnell Tate gives the Buckeyes a first down pickup presented by Kroger on a nice pass from Will Howard.
I tell you what, Travion Henderson just took out one of the rushers. Excellent block from number 32.
Boy, how good is it when you have an offensive lineman in the booth that can really appreciate blocks like that, especially blocks that come from someone other than an offensive lineman? Extra stars, right?
Absolutely. I mean, that's picking up those blitzes it could go one or two ways. You're either going to make it or you're not, and it's going to end up being bad. So for him to do that and knock him off his feet, and he has some little emotion behind it. He started screaming. I was like,
that is more than one Buckeye Leaf. I mean, I think you get 3 for a block like that because it's not really a stat that's going to show up for you, and running backs, we would think, care a lot about stats. So we didn't talk about this enough, Beam and I, in our postgame show, but the play by Denzel Burke, with all the talk that's been there in the offseason about wreaking more havoc and creating some more disruptive plays. We already know statistically, when we're just talking about points allowed and yards allowed, you're a really good defense. You already were. What else are you going to do? Plays like that need to happen.
Gets the snap after clapping his hands, and he takes off running, but he's going to be grabbed by Hero Canoe and slowed down, then eventually stopped. Football fumbled, and it comes up in the hands of Lathan Ransom, who runs left side into the end zone for a touchdown. Safety Lathan Ransom. Lineman Hero Canoe made the first contact with Bullock, then the ball got separated, and safety Lathan Ransom picked up the pigskin and waltzed into the end zone for a defensive touchdown to increase Ohio State's lead to 30-3.
All right, you know what? My mistake. That obviously was not the Denzel Burke interception clip. But you know what? That's okay, because Hero Canoe, a depth defensive tackle, got in on that play. That's your defense creating a turnover and scoring a touchdown with it. Ransom getting behind the convoy to run that into the end zone. Yeah. That one worked too, but we know Denzel Burke's play, the one I'm talking about, where he just essentially rips the ball away and comes up with it. It was outstanding.
Anytime you get a takeaway, and then my last one goes to Gabe Powers, who young linebacker going out there getting the tip and taking it to the house, man. Anytime a defense can put some points on the board, like I think they walked away, 3 takeaways and 2 touchdowns? Like that's silver bullet defense.
Here it is. Right there.
Braden Rago, the third quarterback, who's handled the position today for the Zips, screens it on the left side. Tip. Ball's deflected, picked off, and it's Gabe Powers who's got it. And he's going to run down the right sideline into the end zone for Ohio State's defensive touchdown. Gabe Powers, junior linebacker out of Marysville, picked up a deflected ball and ran it into the end zone for an Ohio State score.
His face was great. I don't know if you watched the replay closely, but you could see it in his eyes when he was making that play. Oh, my God, I'm actually going to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh, this is incredible. It was like life-changing when you're a defensive player and you're also not starting yet to get your touchdown. Fantastic. All right, well, the conversation is only beginning here. So sometimes when it comes to covering the Buckeyes in this town, it's hard to stay retired, right? We're going to add another Hall to the mix here. And it's not your Hall. It's not Mike Hall. We're going to talk to Clay Hall, who's doing some sideline reporting with us this weekend. And we'll chat Buckeyes as well. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
If you're starting your day any other way, you're doing it wrong. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger, sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
It's Toyota's national sales event with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including Toyota's lineup of go-anywhere, do-anything trucks, like the powerful new Tundra. Now through September 3rd, you can get a new Tundra with low-rate financing, special leases, or customer cash up to $2,000, depending on model. And the 2024 Tacoma is now arriving at your Toyota dealer with dominating power, legendary capability, and captivating style. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Be Honest bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know we have another station? More Buckeyes, more play-by-play, more everything.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2 or listen on the Fan app.
Your home for almost too much football. The Fan.
30% of D1 athletes report betting-related threats and harassment after games. This threatens the safety and mental health of students like Jade.
I'm a college athlete, and I'm more than a bet. When you threaten my life and my family because you lost money, it really scares me.
These threats are not acceptable. Stop harassing college athletes over a bet. Learn more at morethanabet.org.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house will look like with our new windows. See?
Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait, I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
It's Toyota's National Sales Event, the perfect time to extend your summer fun in the all-new, all-hybrid Camry. Now through September 3rd, choose 5.25 APR financing on any new 2025 Camry. Or you can lease a Camry LE for $319 a month for 36 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Buckeyes Care is dedicated to fostering a caring community. The goal of Buckeyes Care is to build a culture of care, one Buckeye at a time. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's the Buckeye Show, where our diet is football. And whatever diet Tyvis is on today.
The Buckeye Show is presented by Coors Light.
Diet starts Monday. Right, Tyvis? Look at the hat. If you guys are watching on YouTube,
Correct.
And again, like this is the perfect show, perfect hours when you're listening to us on the air, and then you hit your driveway and you get home. Pop on your YouTube app. Put it on the big screen, too. My neighbor just texted me. Say hi to neighbor Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, neighbor Sean. He's watching on YouTube tonight. Get into the chat room right there. Tyvis has the hat there, the guard's hat. Diet starts Monday, indeed. Oh, by the way, it's just after 6:33 here tonight. In exactly 12 hours from now, our friends at the Morning Juice, they keep the Buckeye conversation rolling. Hey, spend your knees and hydrate. Whatever kind of deer hunting he's been into lately, Anthony Schlegel will make the visit.
Oh, he's coming in?
I don't know if he comes in or he's on the phone. I don't know.
He's probably going to do it on the
phone. A little thing called You'll See. So check him out on Morning Juice tomorrow. We go to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Very excited to talk to another Mr. Hall for the first time here. Clay, you know, Tim May, he retired 5 or 6 years ago, couldn't stay retired. You retired. You couldn't stay retired. You just want to keep hanging around the Buckeyes. What's up, buddy?
Hey, thanks so much for having me on. My long-lost son, Timmy Hall, and Tyvis. Tyvis makes me smile because he's permanently happy. I just appreciate his demeanor. Dudes, I'm just keeping the seat warm for the great Matt Andrews. This came up kind of out of the blue. And when Skip Mossick, the producer extraordinaire, asked me, I said I would crawl to the shoe to do this. So because it was something new and different, and I was a little bit out of the comfort zone. Radio is not my thing. TV, yes, you have to ad-lib. That's why I told every young kid who got in it, get on the radio. Learn how to, think on your feet and just let it roll for 3 hours. So I'm honored to be with Paul Keels and Jim Lachey. I don't want to screw it up, and I want to make Matt proud as well. So It's a work in progress. To me, it's a challenging job because you're kind of forced to think really quickly about what you're going to say or what is, as Skip told me, tell us something that we can't see. That's the bottom line. So you're just kind of filling in the blanks, I guess. And, I'm not supposed to be in the coaching box, but maybe I drifted in there a few times because you want to see what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
So, I'm standing there, and Ryan comes over to give a piece of his mind to his offensive line coach, Justin Fry, and the fellas. And, it's right in front of my face here. So I've been advised to stay out of the coaching box, but you got to be able to see what's going on to relay it to the people. So I'm going to try to abide by the regulations and still do the gig. Thankfully, the great Archie Griffin was on the sideline along with Jim Trussell, national championship winning coach.
Huge.
So I had some people to talk to, so that bailed me out as well.
Yeah.
Clay, what was going through your heads in that first quarter of that game? When obviously the run game and the Buckeyes were kind of struggling a little bit. What was your thoughts?
Yeah, like you said, I was impressed by the Akron front seven. I was like, whoa. And when I ended up talking to Tress, I said, this team's not going to finish 11th in the MAC as they were picked in the coaches poll. And he's like, Clay, you got to understand something. They're going to play Rutgers and they're going to play South Carolina before they ever get to the MAC. And by the time they get there, they might not be the same team. They almost lost a quarterback. And so that enlightened me a little bit, but I was impressed. I think Joe Moorhead can coach offensive football. He was at my alma mater for a couple of years, and as he was walking off the field after the first half, I said, thank you for kicking Ole Miss's ass. And he smiled, and they fired him. So anyway, I think, he had some history there. He was with Oregon when they beat the Bucks. He was with Penn State when J.T. Barrett hit Marcus Ball in the rear of the end zone. So, I thought they hung in there, for a quarter, and then Ohio State, the talent differential certainly showed.
Clay Hall is with us here on the Buckeye Show, guys. And look, he's a longtime TV sportscaster legend in this community, and now he's helping us out here on The Fan. Hey, Clay, I assume you've been down on field level plenty of times, right, with the TV gig?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
we used to do the show. Yeah, we used to do that show in the south end zone.
Right, but whenever that was, and you've watched from the box, you've watched from down at the field level, how can you describe that to someone that's never been that close on a college football field? I don't have to ask Tyvis, the guy was in the game, but you get a different appreciation, don't you? No matter where you are in the stadium from your seats, but when you're on the field level.
Well, the best moment for me was I'm walking to midfield with the captains flanked by Archie Griffin. And I think I said, to the layman, it doesn't get any better than this. And you described what's happening, and then Skip says, get the mic in there, get that nat sound, which I've done in TV a million times. But just to be right there, you're in the epicenter, buddy. 66-year-old man here, and I was going nuts inside. It was very, very cool.
Clay, we've been, about 48 hours removed from the game. What was your biggest takeaway for the Buckeyes for the rest of this year?
I just hope the offensive line is good enough. I don't think the defense has a weakness. They're just loaded, but it always scares me. Donovan was out. They had some issues. I felt because Chip Kelly's the OC and he's kind of the run game guru, that he will make them. He'll go to Ryan and say, hey, this isn't good enough. We can't run the football with this group. We got to, So that's what I'm always worried about. It's been my worry when everybody said it's easy, they'll run, that's my concern. And it's been my concern. They look like they're ready to go. Seth McLaughlin, I think, was a great pickup. Tegra Shabola is an absolute beast at 6'6", 327. We get Donovan back in there. And as you alluded to earlier, and I think that's important, they had that bug going on, and they were in and out and just not a cohesive group probably during camp, and hopefully that'll change.
All right.
The other thing that I was fired up about is Brandon Ennis as a punt returner and Jaden Ballard as a kick returner.
Yeah, I agree, Clay. I agree with a lot of what you just said there about the O-line, about how you're really not going to know for a bit. And Buckeyes can return some punts right now with somebody like Brandon Ennis in the next hour, because Dane Sanzenbacher, I don't know if you've covered Dane, Clay, so I'm sure you've met him several times. He'll tell us a little bit about what that's like as a receiver that can also return punts and how you have to have the knack for that. But Clay, honestly, it was so cool of you to step up and do that. I know we definitely will love when our guy Matty Andrews is back on the sidelines, but really neat of you to help out. And very good job in that week one, man.
Hey, appreciate you having me. Matt, get well, get on back, buddy, and keep the train rolling. And let's see what happens on Saturday night.
Yep, no doubt. My alternate universe father, Clay Hall, roaming the sidelines. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Yep, good stuff. There he goes, Tyvis. There he goes. I wonder how you would be as a sideline guy.
I don't know. That's kind of interesting. I never thought about that.
You work well in a lot of different settings. I mean, like the comment that he made, where he would tell people that are looking to get into the business, try to get into radio, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's all about ad-libbing. Your personality, like what he said about you, it's what everybody says about you, right? You always sound like you're smiling. Always sound like you're in a good mood.
I like to have a good time.
I like to have a good time. Have a nice cold glass of lemonade.
Yeah.
Just shoot the breeze.
Life can't get any better than that.
It's just a conversation. That's very conversational. Just keep it going.
My wife just got me some Trader Joe's lemonade, too.
Oh, the sparkling stuff?
Yeah, the good stuff.
Oh, God.
It's waiting on me.
What if we had a glass bottle of that sitting here right now?
It'd be gone because I can't,
I'd spray you with it. I'd shake it up and spray you with it, Tyvis. You'd be like a Cleveland Guardian winning the pennant.
We have to celebrate something.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Honoring the big men on campus, including a guy who some folks have pegged, to be in Cleveland next year as a first-round pick. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
At Bob's Discount Furniture, when you find a complete dining set that seats 6 and comes with an extendable leaf for only $5.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a sofa that doubles as a chaise, and a bed, and storage like my Playscape for only $9.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a queen mattress with world-famous Bobapedic memory foam and an 18-year warranty like my Treasure for only $7.99.
Oh my, Bob.
Well, there's only one thing to say. Oh my, Bob. Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint. With their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind or grab a carry-out. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizza, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
The drums bang, the flame sparks, the trumpets blow, the hot dogs sizzle, the crowd cheers, the fans eat. The sounds of Buckeye football are synonymous with the best damn band in the land in the stadium and the Weber Grills outside the stadium. Weber is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. To celebrate another season, Weber is launching a limited edition Ohio State Grill, inspired by our Buckeye helmets. Get the best damn grill in the land at Ohio area retailers near you ahead of the football season. Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Ready for the big game?
The Fan Tailgate is back at the Ozone on Lane. Admission is free. Join us for food, fun, and music by the fabulous Johnson Brothers.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers.
Oh, yeah?
Hollywood Casino, Michelob Ultra, Jack Daniels, Pepsi, TNT Equipment, and Tito's Handmade Vodka.
It's game day at the Ozone on Lane. The Fan, Ohio's tailgating destination.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew. Federally insured by NCUA.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn, skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
You were charging your phone? I waited hours for you.
That's how long it takes.
Join Metro and get a free Motorola Edge that'll charge for the day in 15 minutes. At Metro, there's no activation fees. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Bring your number ID and sign up for Metro Flex Plus plan. Offer not available if at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days. Requires 68-watt charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary.
Saturday is game day on the Fan.
Sponsored by Riker Ford.
Every game, every season, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. Scarlet and Gray 24/7. Or however long the show is tonight. You're listening to the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Indeed you are. Timmy and Tyvis tonight. Before we get back to some college football talk, I'm going to tell you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. You see, I was back in the building on Friday. I was getting ready for a thick, long weekend of college football goodness, doing a lot of different things. I wanted my energy levels popping. I wanted them spiking.
As you should.
So I said, juice me up. Get me some extra juice. I want a big, fat Ace shot. And when I say that, they're like so tiny and so thin and doesn't hurt at all. You don't even know. And I'll tell you, the low testosterone treatment that Tri-State Men's Health offers, you really do feel the difference. I can tell you from firsthand experience, going several weeks or a month without one, and then when you consistently get it, how you just feel better overall. Because if you're like a lot of men, or like me, you're losing your testosterone, 2 to 3% of it every single year, and you're just not getting that production back. Pretty soon, you notice you're putting on some extra pounds, less productive at the gym, mainly the overall lack of energy, harder to sleep, or falling asleep way too early, but throwing off your sleep patterns, those types of things. And then the decrease in libido. sexy drive go by, then you say no. Then you say no bueno. We're doing something about it. So check them out, tristatemenshealth.com. See what their low T treatments can do for you. tristatemenshealth.com. That lovely facility. 2 in Central Ohio, but the one in Hilliard, 270 in Cemetery Road. Great, super nice people that are working there. Love seeing them every time I go in. And tell them Timmy Hall sent you. All right, boys. So, look, there's a lot more college football than just the Buckeyes this weekend. And there are some big-time performances. We talked about Travis Hunter for Colorado. Mad respect to two-way players, especially when he had, 3 touchdown catches to go along with everything else that he was doing.
Didn't he play every snap or every snap but one or something like that?
Close to it, yeah. Every snap but one. I mean, just being a defensive player, how hard does that sound? I mean, we've had a Chris Gamble here at Ohio State before, but you just don't see this a lot anymore.
You got to be in a unbelievable amount of shape, especially the 2 positions that he's playing. Like, to not miss a snap, I mean, you ain't coming off the field, period. And, with receivers, it's different because if you run like a fly route or something like that, you could run off the field and they can get somebody in there for you. Corner, obviously, you got to take every snap. But for him to run those deep routes, come back to the huddle and then continue to keep going like and then go straight to defense like that. He different. He built differently. I could never do that.
All right. So look, that was a great performance, but if you go to your college football stat tab, because you want to, if you're like me, you're sort of just checking up every single week to see where some of these key Buckeyes slot in. And unfortunately in the stat department, you're going to fall behind if you don't have any 100-yard days, if you don't have a 350-yard performance through the air like, Kyle McCord actually did.
Yeah, he did.
He put up some numbers for Syracuse in week 1. Will Howard was not able to. He had 3 touchdown passes, though, and didn't have an interception. So that was cool. And the one that he threw behind him that he knows he can't throw did not turn into a fumble or a turnover. But I'm looking at Arizona wide receiver Teteroa McMillan. And not just McMillan and what he did, but a little tidbit for you, Tyvis, which, look, it's a mock draft. It's early on. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. But the Browns could be looking for somebody like that. And there was at least some people on the internet, so you have to take it super serious, that have him mocked as a first-round pick to the Browns. Now, Teteroa McMillan, he's a super talented receiver, and he's a big-bodied guy. You don't see as many 6'5" wide receivers anymore with that kind of size. He had 10 catches for 304 yards and 4 touchdowns against New Mexico. Almost had a 5th touchdown, but he was brought down at the 1-yard line. So McMillan, already the leading receiver in the nation by a lot, and he's on his way to shattering his numbers from last year with just 1 game in. Big man on campus. I'm sure it was a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, that game, when I seen his stats, I said, what is this, Madden that they playing? Like
yes.
He was a man amongst boys out there. And, I mean, I knew coming in this season, I knew that he was a top receiver, but, like, that type of performance right there definitely shot him to, like, number 1. And I know Luther Burden is still good, and he had a pretty good game, but he ain't had no game like that.
No, no one had a game like that as a wide receiver in week 1. But who you got?
For me, I went with Miller Moss. First of all, we've been hearing about the offseason how Lincoln Riley tried his best to get out of this LSU game. He didn't really want to play that LSU game. And I was like, that's kind of weird. And you get judged differently when you got to replace the guy, and Caleb Williams was the guy last year. And you always want to see how the next person is going to be. And if you watch that game, especially the end of that game, the passes that he made.
They were good. They were on point.
I mean, he was throwing dimes out there in between traffic and everything. Now, his ball got batted down a lot. LSU defense was doing a good job of getting their hands up and matching a lot of things.
He still threw it for 75%.
That's what I'm saying.
Wasn't many.
He literally was out there wheeling and dealing. So, yeah, he did his thing. USC's, if you go with Lincoln Riley as your coach, you're as good as a quarterback as anybody. Lincoln Riley and Ryan Day, those two can get the best out of a quarterback. So, Miller Moss was the guy that I picked.
All right, Coley B, you got a big man on campus. Who you awarding here?
Yeah, I do. When I was here in the studio watching with Baker and Nate, I believe, we had the 2 TV system going on. So we had Ohio State and Akron on one, and we had Florida, Miami on the other. And let me tell you, Cam Ward put on a show over the weekend. You know, I kind of underrated him a little bit because he started out at Incarnate Word, then had the 1 year Washington State. You know, full disclosure, I didn't watch any Washington State football last year. So I'm like, is this guy really worth the hype?
Well, look, Ohio State apparently didn't think so because that could have been someone that they were in the market for, needing a quarterback for 1 year.
No question. And that dude made a ton of plays. He passed the eye test, and then you check the box score after, and he had 385 yards. I mean, he did a little bit of everything out there.
It's a tough first game, you know. I know what they're saying about Florida, but for a transfer quarterback, you're going into the Swamp, big rivalry type of game. That's a tough first game.
And that's probably something that his teammates are looking at. I'm like, hey, man, we're all from Florida. We've all been at Miami. You know, the ones who haven't transferred. We've all been at Miami. Like, this is a big game for us. And he went out there. He was a leader. He made some big-time plays. His one interception was really bad. He made a really bad decision rolling left, throwing a sidearm back across the middle.
Don't do that.
He was trying to play some backyard football for a second. No. Aside from that play, Cam Ward looked awesome, and he made a fan out of me.
Yeah, we'll see if Cam can keep it up there because that's the annual question. When is the U going to be back?
I'm shocked you didn't go with a Fighting Irish.
They didn't look that good.
Hey, they won. They won.
That was
secondaries in college football. I think you got the Buckeyes and them. Yeah. Secondaries.
We have a
really
very veteran defense. We got a lot of fifth-year students.
Yeah, he's a Notre Dame fan, if you couldn't tell. That's we pop Bodie off the show for a night. We just find another Notre Dame fan that
his legacy lives
keep
on.
us honest, right? All right. All right, we got to have a difficult college football discussion for one program in particular, and we'll do that and more. Keep our fingers on the college football pulse. Next, it's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
The 2 most mature people working at the radio station, and that's just because they wear pants.
The pervert and the skivvies.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan.
In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Huntington, Kroger, the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Buckeyes Care is dedicated to fostering a caring community. The goal of Buckeyes Care is to build a culture of care, one Buckeye at a time. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, you can choose from more hybrid and all-wheel drive vehicles than anyone else, including the best-selling RAV4. Now through September 3rd, choose 4.99 APR financing on a new 2024 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid with approved credit through TFS. Excludes RAV4 Prime. Or you can get a great lease deal on RAV4. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey Columbus, looking for the perfect day trip? Head to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Dive into football history, see legendary players, and enjoy interactive exhibits. Fun for the whole family. Visit ProFootballHOF.com for tickets. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, where it's always football season.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service service. Tell a friend. They get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Cole Bartimus. Wrapping up some late afternoon baseball. The Reds are still in action as they look to finish off the Astros. They are currently leading 5-3 as they approach the ninth inning, and that one, Ty France has 4 hits in the game. And the Guardians officially shut the door on the Royals 4-2. Emmanuel Clase does lead the American League in saves, and he picked up number 41 tonight, following a victory from starter Gavin Williams. And week 1 of the college football season is still alive and well, folks. Number 10, Florida State will host Boston College here in about half an hour. And it will be Bill O'Brien's first game as BC's head coach following his memorable 3-week stint as the offensive coordinator for the Buckeyes. And the Big Ten Conference has announced its award winners for the week. USC quarterback Miller Moss won Offensive Player of the Week. Penn State safety Kevin Winston Jr. won Defensive Player of the Week. And Nebraska quarterback Dylan Raiola won Freshman of the Week. Breaking sports news on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Hour 2 of the program. I can't believe it, we're through week 1 of the college football season, heading towards the Western Michigan kickoff Saturday night at 7:30 for the Buckeyes. Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell. Look who sauntered into the studio here. We got Adam King
I
from
love
10
that you
TV.
call it sauntering. I knew you were going to say that. It's a nice word, very fancy.
You got a good gait. I love how you are completely dressed up here for the radio segment.
Exactly.
You're wearing the suit.
It's for the live stream. It's just for those people there.
I don't know if that's the one that's going to be on you. It's probably going to be the one across from you.
Well,
right there. You're a TV guy.
I'm a man of the people, Timmy.
Cole was just reading off the Big Ten awards at the end of the update there.
Yeah.
It's going to take time to get used to, right? The fact that USC's quarterback just took the player of the week. We were talking about Miller Moss back there, and also that Jeremiah Smith did not get the freshman of the week.
That's
cool
what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Dylan Raiola, I get it, but it's surprising when you think about it.
And they weren't actually huge numbers.
No.
Usually
did he throw for 3?
No, I think we had 2, right?
I think he only had 1 touchdown.
Like 248 yards.
Raiola only had 1 touchdown?
Oh, Raiola. Yeah, it was only like 216 yards.
Wow.
It wasn't, for a quarterback, it was kind of...
He got robbed.
Give it to Smith.
You know what, though? If he would have just caught that screen, he would have put it to bed because he'd have had over 100 yards.
He would have had 3 touchdowns.
That's asking a lot, though, isn't it? I mean, that would be maybe a play for player of the week, not just freshman of the week.
Yeah, if he had
140 and 3 touchdown
he would have been
catches,
gone.
Yeah. So that's kind of his own fault.
Wow.
Oh,
you tell him that, Tyvis?
Nope. I sure didn't.
No what?
He didn't tell him.
I didn't tell him that.
That's it.
Timmy, we were having a conversation. He said he didn't tell him.
He said he didn't tell him.
He's not going to go tell Jeremiah Smith he should have caught the ball.
No. Well, he told him over the air.
I think he knows that.
I think so, too. I think it probably was incredibly helpful for him.
Raiola had a second touchdown. Did we say that he had 238 and 2 touchdowns?
Oh, so now we're saying false stats on the air. This is unreal. Won't stand for it.
It's okay.
It's Cole's fault.
It's all right.
I'll take the blame.
All right, thank you.
Accountability.
All right, Cole. So there's a college football program out there that we kind of have to talk about now.
Yeah, let's just start here.
We built this program on NIL. We built this program in God's name, image, and likeness.
Oh, did you see the shellacking that took place when Clemson and Georgia locked horns? Oh, my word. It was close in the first half. I believe the first half score was 6-0. But one of the two teams played a 4-quarter game, and it was the Georgia Bulldogs. I don't know what Tyler from Spartanburg would have to say on the phone, and we'll never find out because he's going to have to call into a different radio show because Dabo's radio show ain't taking calls anymore.
No calls.
What did you make of that game?
I think that you should put out I can't do this. I don't have the power. But say if Tyler from Spartanburg wants to call the fan, you'd take his call.
We would take that call.
It'd be a great call.
Yeah.
We don't even take calls. But
from that star.
Tyler from Spartanburg. And, if you actually listened to Tyler from Spartanburg, because they let him have the mic for about 2.5 minutes. Now, it's not just about taking calls or not, but you kind of have to wrap up your question at one point so the host can have their segment. Like 2.5 minutes is a lot for the call to this, and this, and that. And he seemed like a very pleasant man, though. Like while he was ripping Dabo, he always had the caveats of but I've really enjoyed your press conferences through the years, life advice, things like that. I always tell people to listen. You'll get some good stuff. And then Dabo just completely eviscerated him when he got up there because that's what you do, right? When someone's going to mention your salary and your 4 wins. But hey, there is a problem.
Yep.
There is a problem here. I'm going to throw a stat out.
All right, I'm ready.
I'm going to throw a stat at you here. This was in one of Stuart Mandel's college football rumblings article.
Okay.
There have been 3 programs this year, 3, to not take in one single transfer. Take in a single transfer. Army, Navy, Clemson.
That's just wild.
If it's an SAT question, which one doesn't belong in that mix?
That's a good point.
What are we doing, Adam?
So here's my thing, and I'll grab my soapbox so I can stand up higher here, get on my high horse. If you are Dabo Swinney, you don't get credit for not conforming to the sport. It's like when people get mad about the $20 million number that gets thrown around for Ohio State. Good for them.
So?
That's the rules.
Yeah.
Play by the rules.
Them's the rules.
You know what? Ohio State might have spent $20 million or whatever it is. They won their first game. Clemson.
Oh, please.
They didn't win.
Flip the teams. Come on.
Well, are you defending Clemson?
He is.
I mean, yes, I understand.
You compare him to Ohio State versus Akron, yeah.
Okay, if I'm putting Ohio State and Clemson on the field right now, I think Ohio State's a 17-point favorite, maybe bigger. And my thought with that is, Dabo, these are the rules of college. Can you imagine if the Browns were just you know what? We don't believe in paying players. We are going to ask that volunteers show up every day at our stadium and play. And then you look at everybody else and go, well, why are we losing these games?
Oh, no, Adam, I'll defend you there because
it's idiotic.
We're not talking about comparing Clemson and Georgia versus Ohio State and Akron. That's not the comparison right there. What's happened is if you're a national title contender, okay? It doesn't matter where in the season you are, but if you're coming to the party in 2024 as a national title contender and you play a national title contender and you don't even belong on the same college football field, then we have a big problem. And you are stubborn about one of the biggest things you can use to your benefit now in college football. It doesn't matter that you can't take away his 2 national championships. I'm not doing that. You have the 2 titles, but that doesn't mean you write your own ticket forever and can just stay.
But
do whatever you want.
He took Clemson and built them into a powerhouse, into a team that everyone said, is it Alabama or Clemson? And then the world of college football changed, and he had an opportunity. I guarantee you there were people down in Clemson ready to write a check to keep them as a powerhouse. And he said, no, we're going to do it
this way.
We're going to do it the old way. And guess what? It didn't work.
Well,
it doesn't work.
Maybe Georgia's that good and that was a wonky first game and they come back and run the table this year. But, I mean, Tyvis, your thoughts? Is the pressure on him big time here?
The pressure's been on him all this time. I mean, listen, Georgia, first of all, it's the first game of the season. It is very hard to get your team to be completely ready first game one. There's going to be bumps and bruises. There's going to be hiccups, which is why you see it was 6-0 at halftime. So, it's not like they just wasn't on the same level playing field as them. Checks and adjustment and coaching actually took place, and they just ran away with it. I think that was the part that's the biggest takeaway for me. It was 6-0 at halftime. And in the second half, they ran away with it. Well, why didn't you make any checks and adjustments? What happened? Mm-hmm. That's the question. And to me, it's not more about his roster. It's more about the coaching. Because why was Georgia able to go in there and make checks and adjustments to be successful and you didn't?
Here was Dabo, first up, Coley, after the game here on not taking in any transfers and how people are going to make a big deal out of this.
People are going to say whatever they want to say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I say. People are going to say whatever they want to say. But, we do what's best for Clemson year in and year out. And, people can say, and when you lose like this, they got every right to say whatever they want to say. So say whatever you want to say, write whatever you want to write. that comes with it.
At least he took it there at the end of that clip.
Well, I do appreciate that he understands that they got their butts kicked and that rightfully so people are going to be frustrated. My problem is it's incomprehensible. I mean, to think that you would just put your feet in the ground and say, we are not going to conform, and then expect to still be one of the top programs in the country. You can say it's not about roster, and there were some coaching problems in that game, but there's a reason you go and get transfer guys, and it's to fill the voids that cause problems.
All right, we'll stay with Clemson here.
Well, moron, good for Happy Gilmore. Oh, my God.
But, Cole, there was a tweet.
I know. And Tyvis, you just said it's less about the roster and more about the coaching. Don't tell that to Roddy White, because
White.
He had this to say. Hey, and he's got some experience. NFL vet. Clemson got way too many white dudes on the field on offense. This ain't them. You mean to tell me you only got one black dude out there making plays? That's a recruiting problem. So Roddy White points directly to the roster and says, I can see why Georgia just beat them.
I mean,
I'm going to get off my soapbox and let you guys handle that.
That is hilarious.
Too many white guys in the studio right now.
First of all, that is absolutely not something that you tweet. That might be something that you might say amongst your friends, but
it's still up.
Absolutely don't put that on social media.
Did he get ratioed?
Secondly,
no, I think he had like 25,000 likes.
Yeah. Secondly,
2,500 retweets.
But you say it's a roster thing, but those white guys, it was 6-0 at halftime. So those white guys were still able to be on the same field with Georgia. Like I said, it's a coaching thing more than a roster thing. But that is funny to see somebody say something like that. They looking for anything. They looking for any reason why Clemson's demise is happening right before our eyes.
Do you ever look at Von Bell and call out a milk check when you saw a certain receiver of a particular complexion?
No, because to be honest with you, this white receiver for Western Michigan, when we played them, had 140 yards on us, slot receiver. Dude was bad. So I ain't that. No. Don't
get caught.
I would never say that. Never say that.
No. Weren't they saying a bunch of stuff about Christian McCaffrey when he was rolling the first few years of his career?
Running backs, it was.
When he would hear it in college, or
Toby Maguire.
When he would go to camps.
Not Toby Maguire. What was that?
Toby Maguire. Spider-Man.
That's his name. Toby Gerhardt.
You just said that's Spider-Man.
Toby.
I want pictures of Spider-Man.
He heard it all the time.
Yeah.
When he was slinging his webs and trying to save New York City.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
It is Toby Gerhardt, man. I was rooting for him.
Toby Gerhardt. Adam King from 10 TV. What do you got coming up tonight?
Coming up tonight, we're talking Quinshon Judkins and the running backs, kind of how that might have struggled a little bit there in the beginning, but I like what Ryan said. We're going to run the ball until, we can't do it anymore. And I think they'll continue to do that. Plus, captains for the Bengals. Did you see who are in the captain's knot?
Did they have like 9 like the Bears did?
Is it my former teammate?
It is your former teammate.
It better be.
Vaughn returning to the Bengals.
Yeah.
Getting that nod, plus Sam Hubbard. You can hear from Vaughn tonight at 11 on 10 TV Sports.
Oh, baby.
Good for Vaughn.
I'm going to saunter back into
Segment's
the newsroom.
Over.
Okay.
It's over.
It's done.
Segment's over. Stop talking.
I want Iguodala.
Anything you see, anything the light touches.
Are you finished?
I just want to see how long you let me go.
Are you finished? Okay. All right. We're good. Okay. He's one of the top 20 most prolific receivers in the history of Buckeye football. What did our guy Dane Sanzenbacher see out there from the guys in week 1? That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
Hey, Buckeye fans, the best new resort in the country is right here in the state of Ohio. Introducing the Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. Whether it's family fun, an adult getaway, a conference or event, there's no place like it. It's a year-round destination with the best golf, med spa, dining, salon and spa, pools, lounges, and activities. The Grand Resort will be the best staycation you've ever had. Go to the website, thegrandresort.com, or call 330-856-1900. The Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. We're waiting for you.
In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Buckeyes Care is dedicated to fostering a caring community. The goal of Buckeyes Care is to build a culture of care, one Buckeye at a time. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint. With their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind or grab a carryout. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizza, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
When you need urgent care and you need it fast, where you go makes all the difference. When you choose advanced urgent care from the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, you're choosing an advanced level of urgent care led by Ohio State emergency physicians. We offer walk-in treatment for more serious illnesses and injuries such as broken bones, abdominal pain, and pneumonia, all with shorter wait times and less cost than an emergency department. When your illness or injury can't wait, the choice is clear.
It is time to square off against overpriced family dinners with Donato's all-new bakery crust pizza. A square-cut, thicker bakery-style crust with smoked provolone cheese and Donato's fresh toppings, plus your choice of marinara, ranch, or garlic sauce for dipping. The crust is thicker, but the deal is the kicker. Right now, you can get 2 one-topping bakery crust pizzas for just $19.99. It's a whole lot of pizza for not a lot of dough. Order with the app or at donatos.com.
We have a lot of football happening. I'm here to help. Set your radio preset to the Fan. Very good. Now set the second one to ESPN Columbus. It's the HD2 button. Lastly, go to the Fan's HD3 and save the Fan 3. Crisis averted. You're welcome.
Integrity, honesty, and quality. Words we live by here at Monogram Homes. Hi, this is Dina. And at Monogram Homes, we strive to bring your wants to your man cave, your needs to your kitchen, and your ideas to life. Most home builders claim to be custom, but starting with stock floor plans and templates isn't our idea of a tailored experience. At Monogram Homes, we start with a blank slate and work with you until you get exactly what you want. So start your true custom home journey today with a builder you can trust. Monogram Homes. Visit us online at monogramhomes.net.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little breezy out there for your Labor Day, but otherwise plenty of sunshine. We'll see a nice finish to the day with temperatures in the upper 70s. Overnight, mainly clear skies, a bit of a breeze down to around 50 degrees for your Tuesday morning. Back to school and work on Tuesday in the afternoon. High temperatures getting back to around 80 degrees with mostly sunny skies. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Buckeye Talk and the Bodie Man transforming into Herb Brooks whenever he can.
Screw him. This is your time.
Back to the Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light.
Gonna have to inform our big voice guy that it's the Bode Man. Or maybe we just start calling him the Bodie Man based off of that.
We should call him Jacob because that's what his mother named him.
Jacob. Jacob Wells. And a lot of Jacobs around here, don't we?
Yes, we really do have a lot.
Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell, our man Cole back there on the switches running things here with the College Football Pulse. And back to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Another lovely former Buckeye who's been helping us out here at the Fan and on the Buckeye Show, Dane Sanzenbacher, the wide receiver extraordinaire. Dane, how did things go for you week one? I know you had some life things going on and we're busy. You're going to be back and rolling with us here for week two.
Yeah, I'm going to be back with you guys soon. I was in Chicago, so had to catch this one on TV. It was good to see. I mean, it was good to see things get back rolling. I don't know how much I learned that I didn't know, but there was definitely some interesting things that it was good to see it actually on the field.
Dan, let me ask you about they spent this offseason really trying to focus on getting that run game back going. And because, it's been a passing team. Quarterback's been good and wide receiver's been good. Obviously, you've seen the struggles with the run game. How long do you think they should keep trying this before they just say, bleep it, we're a pass team?
It's a good question. I mean, I think you saw spurts of they had some success on the ground. I mean, I was honestly impressed with both running backs. Yeah, I know you see, like, the narrative is out there that Chip Kelly is a run game guy. He's trying to get to the run game, but it didn't look to me like that meant he was trying to force it. I mean, I actually liked a lot what they were doing. They were throwing on early downs to almost open it up for the run game. So, I mean, I don't think at any point they're going to try to just, like, force it to be a run offense or have to get to a point where they're like, we're just going to screw it. We're going to declare ourselves a pass offense. I just think his mantra is he always wants to get to it. If that's getting to it through throwing the ball, then he'll get to it later in the game. But I think they just always want it to be a strength.
Dane, how cool are you with some of the big predictions that are already being made about Jeremiah Smith? Because clearly we saw what we saw. And this guy is a special breed. Are you more of a let's pump the brakes kind of guy? Are you okay with some of that? I mean, he's going to have 3 years to play and rack up numbers before he would go off to the NFL. What do you think?
I don't want to say I'm quite pumped the brakes because I think he earned the hype with that opening performance. I mean, I think that's as good as you're going to do as a first-time receiver in a big-time college football stadium, at least, if not playing a big-time opponent. I think he's going to have some growing pains. There's going to be a lot to learn. It's a matter of time before, if he keeps on putting up performances like that, then the defense is going to eventually roll that way. And I think that is when you're going to see, the balance come back and Emeka start making those plays. I know he was awfully quiet, but I think when everything's rolled to them and that's where the focus is, I mean, if you were watching Akron's defense, a lot of the time it was routes on air or it was just, Will Howard drop back. There wasn't a lot of resistance. There wasn't a ton of man coverage. There was a little bit. But, I mean, he made the plays he had to make, and I could totally understand people having that take and being so excited because you don't see that out of a true freshman. You just don't see that level of maturity as a receiver.
Dane, I just want to set the record straight. In your first game at the Shoe, did you catch your first pass that was thrown to you, or did you drop it?
I caught it, and it was a touchdown, Tyvis.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll have you know.
Let me excuse me. I apologize. I had no idea.
Jeez, listen who you're talking to.
Dang.
Yeah.
What was it, a fade?
No, it was a slant. We were on, like, the 3-yard line. And I just happened to be in. There was some injuries or something was happening, so I was starting in the slot that game as a true freshman. And, yeah, it was my first catch as a Buckeye.
What did you
Youngstown State.
What was your thoughts when you seen Jeremiah drop his first pass?
Like everybody else. I mean, he might have been gone. I mean, you don't see the play that type of screen open up that well. And I think he probably saw it out of the corner of his eye. My immediate thought was from a receiver perspective, it was just empathy. Because I'm like, oh, my gosh, that's the worst. That is the worst in the world. But I think there's probably a little bit of that drove him to have the kind of day he had, because you have to imagine he was so disappointed in that every time the ball was in the air after that, there was a little bit more, and he was catching with one hand. He was like, okay, I'm not going to drop another one, which says a lot about the kid, honestly.
My goodness, I just did a quick search in my audio files here, and I found the play just while you were going there, Dane. So here it is, Dane and the Ohio State Buckeyes versus Youngstown State. You said your first career catch, right?
Yep.
First career catch. Let's listen.
Todd Beckman under center, back to throw. Looking left, looking right, throws up the middle, caught, touchdown. Dane Sanzenbacher, the true freshman from Toledo Central Catholic, beat James Terry to the open spot, middle of the end zone. And the first 6 of the season for Ohio State come from Todd Beckman to Dane Sanzenbacher.
That's really wild, actually. And our mutual friend Devere Posey was just telling some stories about that Youngstown State game as well when I was talking to him last week.
Yeah, and that was you could hear Paul Keel still working his way through how he was going to say my last name too. Probably caught him off guard that he was going to have to say it at all that game.
Hey Dan, let me ask you about the wide receivers and the blocking on the perimeter there. It was a couple of times that I thought that they kind of missed those blocks. Can you walk me through how you properly block as a wide receiver down the field?
That'll take some growing too, and that's why I say I think that Jeremiah Smith will grow into a complete receiver. If there was a place where you said okay, you'd like to see a little bit, there was a little bit actually from across the board, maybe missing on those quick sweep passes or when the running backs are trying to round the corner. It's all about angles, and that's why it doesn't surprise me to see this week 1. It's so hard to simulate, and Tyvis, you would know, in practice, the kind of speed that you're going to have to block with because it's different in practice. Those guys, when they're coming downhill full speed, as a receiver, you're rarely going front on to block somebody. You're trying to meet them in a point. You're trying to both cut off and take a good angle to meet them there. And week 1, when you haven't seen it much, and especially when you're a true freshman, getting there can be challenging and take some time. I don't have fear that they get this cleaned up just because I know their receivers coach, and we were coached by the same guy, and the receivers blocking was up there on the priority. And I mean, look, you're breaking down the Akron tape. There's going to be a lot of good out there. So the coaches are going to focus in, and Tyvis, you know this too, they'll focus in on the things you did wrong. So I'm sure it'll be a talking point. It'll be something they're hammering home this week 1. So I wouldn't imagine it's going to be a long-term problem.
Dane Sanzenbacher with us here. Last thing before you go, because we noticed Brandon Innes out there and the way he was returning punts. You did that. What can you say real quick about that? The key differences between being a great wide receiver and a great punt returner, because it's a special skill set.
It is a special skill set, and it takes guts to get back there. I mean, I think we've talked about it a little bit, Timmy. It's one of the oddest plays in football to have. You're just looking straight up at the ball, and you just see out of your lower peripherals of your eyes everybody sprinting down towards you. And punts aren't the easiest thing in the world to catch. So I mean, watching that game, that was kind of fun to see that we're actually making some plays on punt return. I feel like over the past few years, you don't even see chances to get them returned very often. So not only was he getting back there and fielding them, but actually getting up some excitement. I mean, if you guys remember the Ted Ginn days, it's been a while. It's fun when you've got a guy on your team that can make a play from the punt position. It changes things for the offense. So it's good to see. Hopefully he can keep that running. But, I mean, always the most important thing is just secure it, is just catch it. And so glad to see there seems to be no issue there.
Sounds like a beautiful evening at the Sanzenbacher household. You guys cooking out tonight?
Why, can you hear the crickets? I'm on my porch.
It's beautiful. I hear the birds chirping. Sounds like a lovely day out there.
Timmy. Yeah, this is great.
I love it, man. What are we having tonight? Or did you already catch dinner?
No, we just got back home, actually. We just finished up the drive from Chicago. So we're just getting little man bathed into bed, and we already ate. I don't want to admit, because I know Tyvis is very serious about diets, but we had Arby's on the way home.
Oh,
so,
yeah!
Make sure you
did you have the roast beef?
No, we should have, but we did the chicken tenders because it's just easier to share if we're all kind of ordering the same thing. And the 1-year-old, I don't know how he feels about roast beef, but chicken tenders are always going to do the trick. So,
Dane, I'm ashamed.
No.
I'm ashamed.
I know it.
Shut up,
I know it.
Thomas.
I didn't think we would go here, and I didn't mean to admit it, but I had to.
You can go anywhere on the Buckeye Show, Dane. You know that.
I know.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right, guys. Appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
Yep, Dane Sanzenbacher on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. It seems someone was using the Buckeyes opening football weekend to their advantage. We'll tell you how next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Bobby Carpenter doesn't have a mullet, but he's knee-deep in mullet energy. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan.
At Kroger Pharmacy, CARE is making it easy to get vaccinated. CARE is helping you stay protected from flu, COVID, and RSV. Seasonal vaccines are available 7 days a week with evening hours. CARE is giving you a shot at staying healthy this season. Walk in whenever is best and get multiple vaccines in one visit at your local Kroger Pharmacy. So come and get the protection you need while protecting those around you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Visit Kroger.com/vaccines for more. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See site for details.
Scotty Vegas here for Maxima Concrete. From a basic driveway replacement to a complex in-ground pool, patio, or outdoor kitchen installation, Maxima can do it all. Pavers, natural stone, seating walls, even lighting and landscaping. Everything is in-house with Maxima, so buy from the guys that will actually perform the work. Mention 971 The Fan for $250 off your next project. Get a free estimate today by visiting MaximaConcrete.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Beyond's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Common Man and T-Bone.
You can't go 3 buttons. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I can't. No, I can't
Oh,
do it.
my. Did it just get warmer in here, Teddy? Did you turn the heat up? What's going on?
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Excuse me, waiter. There's a hair in my soup. A long purple hair.
I'm so sorry. I'll get the manager.
I'm the manager. How can I help?
Wait, weren't you the Plum Insurance mascot?
What gave it away? My long purple fur?
Something like that.
What if all insurance companies were like NJM and were known for putting their policyholders first, not gimmicks? Then all those insurance mascots would have to get real jobs.
I'll pass on dessert.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. As a business owner in these uncertain economic times, you struggle to guard your life's work against unexpected challenges. But can it withstand the sudden disruption of a divorce? In divorce, financials are scrutinized and the company itself could be in jeopardy. When your hard-earned work is at risk, count on our experience and advocacy in handling these matters at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
During Toyota's national sales event, you can choose from more hybrid and all-wheel drive vehicles than anyone else, including the family-size Highlander. Now through September 3rd, get any new gas-powered 2024 Highlander and get $1,000 APR cash or $500 on Highlander Hybrid when financed with approved credit through TFS. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey Columbus, looking for the perfect day trip? Head to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Dive into football history, see legendary players, and enjoy interactive exhibits. Fun for the whole family. Visit ProFootballHOF.com for tickets. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, where it's always football season.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Just counting down the days to March Madness. Back to the Buckeye Show.
It's a fitting rejoin right there. We don't even control that. Timmy and Tyvis, our man Cole back there running things. It's your Buckeye Show crew for this lovely Labor Day, September 2nd, 2024 holiday. Buckeyes got the win, obviously, 52-6 over Akron. And as we talk some hoops here, we did see Jake Diebler and his beautiful family getting recognized at the shoe. He's still sort of riding the wave, Tyvis. It's been a long ride, but I know in his mind, having talked to him a bit, that's really been over and done with for a good amount of time. Mm-hmm. But you're going to you're pumping up the program, and you also know that when you're the head coach of a major men's basketball program, you're also going to make appearances, and we're in a name, image, likeness world where you're always recruiting. So if it's the first home football game since you've become the head coach, even if it's been a long time, you're going to go out there at one of the breaks and, wave to Buckeye Nation. And that's a great honor. You're not turning something like that down. That's all part of it. You deserve that moment. But I keep thinking, and you'll before the segment is done, Tyvis just told me, so a little tease ahead to the end of this segment, he's going to give us the one thing that he wants Jake Diebler to accomplish in this first season.
It's a simple thing.
It's a simple thing. But, I've been thinking an awful lot about it because we get closer and closer. Once football season starts, we know we're a month and some change away from that exhibition game. And that's coming up on October 18th. So I can't wait. We're going to see what this retooled roster, some guys coming in, some guys certainly leaving, like Roddy Gale.
Are they still doing isn't there one scrimmage that nobody can talk about? Is that still a thing?
I'm not sure. I'll have more on that sooner, hopefully, if that's still going to be a thing.
When is the exhibition game?
I can tell you, I don't think this isn't official yet either. I haven't seen this come out, but I believe there's a fun exhibition game in the works.
Okay. All right, that's exciting.
It's one that when you see, you'll say, "Oh, wow, that's cool."
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what a tease.
Yeah, that is a bit of a tease. I can't say I can't say anything because I don't know.
No, you're doing right. You're doing right.
That's what could be happening. And again, it's just an exhibition game, right? It's not like it counts or anything. But I'm with you. If you could get rid, I've never understood those closed practices. Mm-hmm. I think it puts you more on the spot when people are watching.
Yes, it does.
You can't screw up or be that porous or that bad.
Yeah, no.
And be that youngster that doesn't know what the hell he's doing when everybody's watching you there. And I think you can maybe get some of that with a closed practice, but you also can't coach your guys
like you want
hard like it's a closed practice. There's a little bit of both.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, if you're Bobby Knight, did he ever care? Right? I don't care who's watching. I'll rip this guy's head off.
I do think that if you open it up to media and reports is out on what happened, yes, your player is going to play hard. But I also don't think that you couldn't coach. I think that now that we're moving along in society, we've come to this realization that people think that players don't want to be coached hard anymore. Like, you can't coach like you did back in the day. And I don't think that's the case. I think actually players respond better when you do coach them hard because it shows that you care. And these players want to be great, and they know that you're trying to push them to be great.
I agree with you.
So I think
it's just basic human decency when we talk about language.
The language might be different. Yeah.
Language and what are you actually saying, but if you want to get in someone's face and raise your voice a little bit, that can be okay.
That's the thing. Even with the language, maybe because
I'm not just talking about the F word.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Talking about language.
I know what you said.
Yeah.
But I think that language that I learned, that I heard back in the day, is now why today nothing nobody says phases me. Nothing you say can phase me because it's like,
I don't want to phase you.
No, I'm just saying. If people say something negative, it doesn't phase me because it's like, I've heard worse. I've already heard worse in my life. But yeah.
Names will never hurt them.
Yeah, no.
Sticks and stones, though.
You can say whatever you want to say. I'm like Dabo. You can say how you want to. You can write what you want to write.
Because I was molded by NIL. No, I screwed that up.
Oh, man, we was made in God's image.
That's right. Yeah.
But anyway,
thank you.
But I am excited for this basketball.
Screwed that one up there.
I'm excited for this basketball season, and apparently Jake Diebler is still hot on the recruiting.
He's hot. So 2026, it got a bump, and it's a local product. You love seeing somebody from town, right? That's so great.
UA?
Yeah, you got an Upper Arlington kid, so
oh, wow.
I mean, you're talking about just a few miles. Like throw a rock to where the Schottenstein Center is, from where you are.
I wish I could go watch like a high school basketball.
What do you mean? I wish I could go watch one.
Well, Tim, if you
was it against the law?
Well, Tim, you do know that like football, this is like the busiest time of my life.
It's not basketball season just yet.
I know, but it goes.
Basketball season goes past football season.
That's true. Maybe I have to catch him. I have to catch him later in the year, like way later.
Are you doing all the Buckeye basketball stuff like I'm doing?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Why are you lying? So 6'9", 190-pounder, listed as a power forward. Maybe this guy could play a 3, could play a 4, and it's Alex Smith. Easy to remember. One of Urban Meyer's great quarterbacks. Same name, but listen, Alex Smith.
Listen, Jake Diebler only has to do one thing for me, and I'll look at him.
Give
like
it to me. What's
the
the one thing he's got to do?
Win games in January. That's we have not done that a lot.
No
here.
Kidding.
Yeah, that's where the losing streak tends to take place. So he can have a successful January.
I
will look at him like, oh my goodness, he is the next big thing.
People have been asking me, how much better is this team going to be? How good are the Buckeyes going to be? And I do tell them just try to keep things at bay and not get too far ahead of yourselves. And they'll say, well, what about the expectation? You know, Chris Holtman had them in the tournament, but couldn't get them. Of course, the last 2 years, he did not have them in the tournament. So it went from not advancing to then not going. Then it was just how bad the records got and the losing streaks got in January and in Big Ten play, and then that's when they decided to break it off.
My thing is though, I don't want to do that. Like for football, I think that's what happened. Everybody got hyped up, and then you seen that first quarter. And
do what? Overhype?
Yeah,
or just expect? I don't think it's wrong to expect making the tournament. I definitely think making the tournament, that's the bar you shoot for every year, even in a up season, down season, mid season, whatever.
But I understand when you get kids out of a transfer portal, it's going to take time to get that chemistry. Like, it's not just going to mesh right away.
I understand. That's what I'm saying.
So, like, I got to see it in season. I got to see what they do in games.
Right.
These exhibition games, I got to see what it looks like.
Right. That's why I say with Michi coming back, and you've got the Duke kid and the Kentucky kid,
we were still talking about the shooting. We act like they just got some sniper.
Exactly.
They never addressed that.
Yeah.
So
you got to see who's going to be knocking down threes.
Yeah. I think that's fair. But January, he wins games in January against the Big Ten Conference. He's A-okay with me.
This might sound silly, but I think number one thing for year one is just have these guys play with a certain type of mentality.
Well, he said
that's
push the ball.
That is with wins and losses. That's what I'm talking about. So that losses don't become something that weigh on their shoulders as much as they used to. Mm-hmm. That you have that kind of confidence and that winner's mentality that you will be able to push through it. That it doesn't have to become some burden on you that you lose a game. You're going to lose a game or two.
Well, the hardest part about his job right now is he's got to get them the winner mentality back.
Exactly. That's the thing.
They got used to losing. Like it was, they lost. Yeah. All right, it's just we do this all the time. This is what happens in January. We just lose.
If you tell yourself enough is enough, you will find, no matter what your talent level is, you're recruiting enough talent to where deep down inside you, if you decide enough is enough, you will start to win.
I agree.
You will be able to change that. You got good enough talent to say, bleep this. This is stupid. We're not playing this way anymore.
I agree.
And we're all going to change it together.
I agree with you.
Simple.
This ain't baseball. We can do this. You can do it if you really put your mind to it.
There's 5 to 8 of us that are going to have our handprints all over this game, and we will win some ball games if we decide we are sick and tired of freaking losing and being laughed at. That's that.
I agree.
And so I hope that's what they do this year. The very best with the Bucks on the socials, doing some Labor Day hashtags next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Buckeyes Care is dedicated to fostering a caring community. The goal of Buckeyes Care is to build a culture of care, one Buckeye at a time. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Come on over to Heartland.
Getting a mortgage? We take pride in providing the value and service you deserve in one of the most important transactions you'll ever have. Community banks have the most flexibility and the lowest rates. Now fact check that. I'm Scott McComb, CEO, coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title of the largest residential property manager in Columbus, thanks to the Columbus Business Journal. With pride, we oversee 25,000 plus households in the Columbus metro area, ensuring fantastic places to call home. Whether you're on the hunt for an exceptional living space, a top-notch association management company, or a property manager for your multifamily portfolio, visit our website at town.properties.com and let us elevate your living experience. Town Properties, always managing great places to live.
At Bob's Discount Furniture, when you find a complete dining set that seats 6 and comes with an extendable leaf for only $5.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a sofa that doubles as a chaise and a bed and storage like my Playscape for only $9.99.
Oh my, Bob.
And a queen mattress with world-famous Bobapedic memory foam and an 18-year warranty like my Treasure for only $7.99.
Oh my, Bob.
Well, there's only one thing to say.
Oh my, Bob.
Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Rothman and Ice.
With this roster intact, the ceiling is so high, and opinions of Ohio State are so high just because there's so much talent right now on both sides of the ball that's just ready to cook.
Rothman and Ice, weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
You know when you said come over for the fight? We thought you meant your house.
You guys want another round of Bud Lights?
Service is better here. And so is the beer.
Bud Light is back as the official beer sponsor of UFC. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Dorn, what's that guy yelling about in my noisemaker?
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Your climate hero, you fossil.
What's a climate hero?
That's Dormar, our same-day heating and AC company we've used for 60 years.
Who?
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Come on, Dad, you laugh every time you hear their tidy-whitey commercials.
Yep, those are funnier.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Integrity, honesty, and quality. Words we live by here at Monogram Homes. Hi, this is Dina. And at Monogram Homes, we strive to bring your wants to your man cave, your needs to your kitchen, and your ideas to life. Most home builders claim to be custom, but starting with stock floor plans and templates isn't our idea of a tailored experience. At Monogram Homes, we start with a blank slate and work with you until you get exactly what you want. So start your true custom home journey today with a builder you can trust. Monogram Homes. Visit us online at monogramhomes.net.
Giant Eagle and Market District have deals for school days. Find the savings you need to start the back-to-school season. Return to your routine and save big in the process. Over 1,000 items with incredible low prices throughout the store. Deals for days. Visit your local Giant Eagle or Market District today.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. A show that knows its enemy.
They hate us, we hate them. That's the way it's got to be.
It's Michigan, obviously. I even hate them, and I'm the impartial voice guy. Yuck. Back to the Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light.
Look at this. You got me standing. I've been standing for the last 3 segments. You know why?
Losing weight.
Sweaty Ace. That's why. It's too damn hot in this studio.
Well, nobody
the
told
AC
you.
has never been fixed, and it has not worked properly since that thing broke.
Well, Tim, I'm fine. But, when you decide to
You're
wear
not fine.
a quarter zip, of course you're going to sweat.
It's a thin quarter zip.
It's
you act
still
like
a quarter zip.
You act like I'm wearing a winter coat.
And it's black. It attracts heat.
What? Attract heat? We're indoors.
Well,
we're inside. That's not a thing.
I'm just telling you.
That's not a thing, Tyvis.
I didn't make the rules. That's what it is.
You're out of your mind. You acted like I'm out there with the UV rays soaking it in.
I'm just telling you
down there in Florida.
I'm just telling you the information that was presented to me. You see me, I wore gray. Nice neutral color. I'm cool.
Tyvis Powell, science guy. Even when you're inside, you got the bright lights there. You're sucking in all that heat with that black shirt.
He went to class now. He is the science guy.
He did. He's a big class guy.
Never skip class.
Well, that's smart, because your education was being paid for. And you know what? You asked me about skipping class, and I said, well, both me and my parents and my grandparents kicked in some. They were very gracious and helped too.
Oh, love
when the fam and yourself, when you're paying for your own education, why would you not go?
So were you mad when you had like athletes come in there that was class clowns and disrupting class?
We didn't have a whole lot of that. For the most part, when I saw KU basketball players show up, they were very cool. They were nice.
I made people
paid attention.
I made people laugh.
A little bit of class clowning is okay. All right?
Yeah.
It's just there's a point. It's like, your parents say there's a time to have fun and there's a time to be serious.
No.
A little bit is fine.
No. See, that's where I'm messed up because it's always have fun. Life is fun.
Life is fun.
Chum is fun.
Football is fun.
Fun, sir.
Is it still fun? What about now? Is football fun now?
Zero fun, sir.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Cole, have you seen Remember the Titans?
No, I don't think I have.
Damn.
Are you serious?
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, and I knew I would get outed for this at some point. I am terrible with movie trivia. I've seen Shawshank like 90 times, but besides that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but that's about all I got.
Where do we find you producers that have never
what is going on with
on a movie before?
You and Bodie is just too much alike. It's ridiculous. How do y'all get along?
Have you seen Miracle?
No.
He hasn't seen Miracle.
I'm
surprised Bodie hasn't
gonna
murdered
kill you.
Yeah.
He gonna put it on in the next time.
Oh, wait till Rothman finds out.
No, don't tell Rothman. Just lie.
He's gonna have me tarred and feathered.
Just lie.
You know
have
what?
You tried that?
Good call.
Who does
What's he going to say? Like, you remember that? Remember that part in North Dallas 40 when someone said this behind the bleachers? Will. Oh yeah, Anthony.
Tim,
that was classic.
That's terrible advice. Just lie.
It's great advice.
You sound like Jim Carrey on Liar. Just lie.
So all I got to do is lie.
Another movie I haven't seen.
That's easy. Is it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah. You haven't seen that. Don't worry. Liar, liar. It's great.
Oh, you will laugh hard at that movie. Jim Carrey's hilarious.
It's probably a top 3 Carrey movie I would tell somebody to watch that hasn't seen.
Bet you haven't
Jim
seen
Carrey's.
1 or 2 either. Go for it. Truman Show, haven't seen it.
Yeah, Truman Show. Dumb and Dumber. You missed that one, didn't you?
Yep.
Oh my God. We should just not do this for anymore. Game ball.
Game ball. Ronnie Bass.
I'd like to give you the game ball there, Cole, but I just don't know. Tyvis, time for some tags. What do you say? Hit it.
Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
Tyvis.
All right, so the cool thing about playing at Ohio State is that Coach Meyer started this where you do champions. Right when you get done with the game, that Sunday when you do those team meetings, you get in there and you see how people grade out. He goes through each position group and says, this guy played at a champion level. He's a reason that we won. And then after that's done, he gives an offensive player of the game, defensive player of the game, and a special teams player of the game. And I was honored to be a defensive player of the game once upon a time. Not a lot, but once upon a time. The players of the game for Akron was Will Howard on offense, Lathan Ransom on defense and Brandon Ennis on special teams. And the Lathan one really hit home for me because he's a guy that felt underrated, underappreciated, undervalued because everybody's talking about everybody else but Lathan. And for him to go out there and have that 9 tackles, 2 TFLs, and a touchdown, that guy, he's special. He's a guy that is a really big piece to that defense.
It's a testament, and I think it's a testament to the defense that there are so many other guys that were playing well that you can make an argument for.
Yeah.
You know, for something like it's a tough award to win.
It is.
For a defense that's that talented to be deemed by the coaching staff the best one.
Well, back when I was banging, when you get a T-shirt for it, so it was.
What did it say?
I forget. It was like for defense, like silver bullets or something like that.
Must have meant a lot to you.
It did. I still got one, actually. I wear it when I work out.
Bring it.
It got team on the back, got silver bullets on the front.
Wear it. Next time I
wear
see
it every time I wear it when I work out.
Wear it next time I see you.
Well, I might
Thursday.
If laundry is done.
Well, everybody, thank you so much. Thanks for following along. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching on YouTube.
Go watch BC versus Florida State.
We'll be back. Oh, baby. We'll be back Wednesday. Buckeye Roundtable tomorrow. Little thing called You'll See. And then over on ESPN Columbus and HD2, you can catch the Yanks at the Rangers. Have a good night on The Fan.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
Hey Buckeye fans, the best new resort in the country is right here in the state of Ohio. Introducing the Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. Whether it's family fun, an adult getaway, a conference or event, there's no place like it. It's a year-round destination with the best golf, med spa, dining, salon and spa, pools, lounges, and activities. The Grand Resort will be the best staycation you've ever had. Go to the website, thegrandresort.com, or call 330-856-1900. The Grand Resort in Warren, Ohio. We're waiting for you.
Come on over to Heartland.
Now, to run a successful business, you need to develop a strong relationship with your accountant, your attorney, and most importantly, your community banker. If you find it hard to get advice from your bank, maybe it's time to consider Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Come on over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This September, Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is back, stronger than ever. Diamonds Direct helps you get the perfect jewelry gift with 0% interest. That's right, enjoy 5 years of 0% financing on any Diamonds Direct purchase. It's your chance to get her the perfect ring with 0 interest and comfortable monthly payments that fit your budget. But act fast. This offer ends September 30th. For details and more, visit DiamondsDirect.com. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only at Diamonds Direct. Your love,